let's just start with a softball. Do you mind explaining who is Wilk Games?
Oh yeah, sure. So Wilk Games is an independent game development company that I founded back in 2017, I think. And I registered it in 2020, just a few years ago. So basically, my name is Wilson and I make games. I'm the sole developer in Wilk Games. I've published, I think, 5 mobile games
Yes, 5
since
mobile games.
2017. And currently working on my first PC game called Tikus Tales. And looking to launch Tikus Tales maybe sometime next year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically it. So basically, Wilk Games is a game development company.
Okay. Cool,
Independent.
cool.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned it a bit already. Actually, this one of the next questions I wanted to ask is that a lot of people know you for Tikus Tales actually, but what they don't know is that you actually have 5 games released on Android, on mobile, right? Over the last
on
6
Android,
years.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
And all as a solo developer as well. You made all of these on your own.
I've been solo developing all these years.
So, the next question that I wanted to ask is related to that. How does the development experience differ between building a mobile app versus like a computer game?
How it differs? Of course, the publishing part is a lot of difference. Like when you want to publish to Google Play Store, the technical part, the logistics of getting everything done, like the rules you have to follow, they're all different from publishing on Steam, for example. It's not as stringent as on Steam, like publishing on mobile. I don't know. Recently, I haven't published any mobile games recently, so I'm not sure how
It's changed
it
since
is right
then.
now. Yeah, if there's any changes to anything. But the last time when I published, it was kind of straightforward. I think I got the app up within a day
Okay.
after completing. For Tikus Tales, PC games in general, I think nowadays you have some like requirements. You have to have the screenshots,
Yes.
the correct sizes and descriptions and stuff like that. So yeah, I think PC is a bit more complicated compared to mobile. Android publishing. We haven't talked about iOS yet.
Yes.
I was actually publishing on iOS too, but since I'm not making any sales, I just thought, you have to pay an annual fee for publishing on iOS.
Ah, okay. So, is the porting quite involved? Like porting your Android games into iOS? Is it quite difficult?
Oh no, it's just Unity, and then you just, yeah, that's the thing, right? You need a Mac in order to publish for iOS.
I see.
But the coding and everything is just
It's the
like,
same.
you can just do it on Unity. Yeah, it's cross-platform anyway.
Okay.
Just a few extra steps for the Mac.
So the coding generally stays the same, but
Yeah,
the platform
it
is
does,
different.
Yeah.
Okay. So, next question. You are working on Tikus Tales, right? So,
I am working on Tikus Tales, but at the same time, sometimes I step out of it and I try to work on like smaller projects. Try to collaborate. Like
the recent one we did.
We just collaborated on Blob Owl. Wait,
Bite-sized Mayhem.
Yep. Right.
Yep.
With Takoyaki too. And then I took part in Game Jam too, Shiang Ji last time.
Yes.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah, so, but my main project right now, Tikus Tales.
Yep. So, what I wanted to ask specifically is, in relation to that question, right, what you're working on now, which is basically the flagship is Tikus Tales, what will you actually be showcasing at HobbyFest? Are you going to showcase Tikus Tales, Shiang Ji, or anything else?
I think I'll be playing around with my other showcasers, my partners. Depending on them, like I will have my own machine there. Maybe most of the time, probably I'll be showing Tikus Tales. But depending on how the crowd receives it, or if they are more interested in bite-sized Mayhem, for example, I could just switch it up to bite-sized Mayhem.
Okay. So just to expand on that, right? I was actually hoping to ask you as well. So you've clearly been working on a lot of new levels. For those of you interested, you can actually check out Wilson's Instagram. So I think the latest one I saw your update was you're actually making like a Tutong Cineplex level.
Yeah, indeed. It's based on Tutong Cineplex. I haven't been there personally, but based on pictures, I think I got it
well,
quite accurately.
Hey, if any of the listeners are from Tutong, do write in and let Wilson know how accurate his Tutong Cineplex is.
Definitely not going to be a one-to-one similarity, you know what I mean?
Like, I mean, yeah, I totally understand. Because sometimes real-life architecture and stuff doesn't necessarily translate to fun gameplay. So I totally understand. So the point I was trying to make is that you'll be showcasing Tikus Tales, so the new levels, right?
Yeah.
Presumably you'll be showing the new stuff.
I'll probably get one new level
Mm-hmm.
to showcase there, but at the moment, I think all the demo levels that I have, the demo build
Uh-huh.
that I have right now, is basically what I will be showing, confirmed.
Mm.
But I might add in one new level just for people to play, just for this HobbyFest,
Mm.
right? Just to make it a bit more special.
Yeah. The last build we actually showcased, when was that? That was at... No, that's not mice.
Ooh, how long ago was
Haribalia,
that?
right?
I think that was I think that was at Haribalia.
Basically, there's a lot of new things since then. So it's not
Yeah,
just...
there are a couple more, I think, new stages from then I've added into the demo. So yeah, there's already something new in there for
Okay.
people to try.
Cool, cool. So the follow-up to that, right, is that...
Mm.
Okay, this one it might not be that easy of a question to answer, but what do you hope to learn from this current HobbyFest exhibition that we're doing? Because I think part of the reason why we're collaborating is because we're trying to have these more like thought out experience before and after, right? So we're putting out these demos to try to get certain, what's the word, like insights into the games that we're trying to make. So what do you actually hope to learn from this experience?
I want to know if what I'm currently working on, Tikus Tales, will actually appeal to the general gamers here in Brunei. Because I need to drive my wish list numbers up. So that's the thing. I don't know if the gamers here are still going to be into 3D platformers like they were once upon a time. So I think it's a good opportunity for me to test it out during HobbyFest. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
I just want to see how the reception is going to be for...
Yeah, we'll definitely
my
discuss
game.
more about that because that's part of the things we're doing with this collaboration, right? We're going to set up pre and post and then we'll see if we can actually find a way to monitor it effectively and see what we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We'll discuss that more like soon after this recording session.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, final question. This is a bit of a personal one, I suppose. So, now we're both kind of like 35 plus working on these games and stuff, right?
Did you have to mention our age?
Yes. Actually, no, but never mind. Just to give like listeners a rough idea, right, where we are. We're basically like in our 30s plus lah, okay? Now, the question here is twofold. I'll give you the actually how it's phrased and then also the AKA, right? The rephrase one.
Okay.
So the actual question is, what would you tell 18-year-old Wilson, right? Now knowing what you know when you're like, when we're both like now around like 35 plus mark. Or rephrase that, it's not necessarily 18-year-old, it's more like when you started. But more specifically, to rephrase this question, what advice would you give any prospective game developers out there who might just happen to be listening to this? Like people who are considering just starting or maybe like thinking about starting but not sure how or like if they should.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like if I could turn myself back into an 18-year-old, for example. I mean, nowadays, right? Okay, I'm not gonna say back in my time when I was 18 years old, but I'm gonna pretend I'm 18 years old now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give advice to myself. Okay, from myself.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna tell them we are in the age of digitalization now. Everything is at our fingertips. We have engines to make game development easy for us nowadays. We have 3D modeling softwares that are free to use, like it doesn't cost us a single cent. As long as we have a laptop with an internet connection, we can make games.
Yes.
So if you already feel like you want to make games, there's no excuse if you have a laptop and if you have internet connection. Like everything else is just about how badly you want it, like how badly you want to look for information out there. Everything is out there. It's all free on YouTube. It's all free on the internet. There's no excuse. So if you want to go for it, just start. Just start.
Yeah, everything you can possibly think of is on Stack Exchange.
They say there's no such thing as practice, right? It's about doing, just doing. Whatever you're doing is just experience, right? You gain experience from doing. So yeah, if I were to tell my 18-year-old self, well, it's too late for me, but...
Well, it's not too late for you. What are you talking about?
If I were 18-year-old now, I mean, I'd probably... I see all the youngsters around us nowadays, like starting game development so early.
Yep.
There's kind of an envious feeling, like I didn't have that opportunity when I was 18, but nowadays,
It's fine, dude. I mean, like, it's not really too late to start anytime, right?
It's fine. We are, I mean, at the current in the current, in the current year right now, 2023, anyone can make games.
Yep.
It's just that, if I could have started earlier, I would have. But I think at that time, it just wasn't a very feasible option.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
But if I were 18 now, yeah, I would jump fully into game development.
Yeah. I mean, we did the best with what we had at the time. I think that's
right.
fair, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just go for it. If you want to start, there's no excuse. I'm not going to take any excuse. I don't know time or what.
Okay, well, there you have it, right? That's the advice that Wilson would give anyone who's thinking about starting or considering to start developing games today. Yeah, and I would agree. Just start and do it, right? Because what you're going to do, if you don't, you're just going to regret it. You might as well do it, fail, and then do it again until you get it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a better option than just regretting or not knowing what it could have been like. Cool. So that's really it about this recorded session. I'm going to have the links to everything that Wilson's mentioned in this recorded session in the caption below. If you're listening to this on Instagram or the full version on YouTube, all the links will be there. So basically Wilson's portfolio, the 5 Android games we were talking about, and also Shiang Ji and itch catalog. And we'll also have the link to Bite Size Mayhem, which is a recent collaboration between me, Wilson, and Takoyaki, which we'll be interviewing hopefully next week. So stay tuned. Right, so Wilson, you'll also be going to...
I am going to Vietnam.
Yes, HobbyHorizon Convention.
Yeah, HobbyHorizon Convention in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh. That's in a few days.
Yes, on the 4th and the 5th. Okay, so any listeners out there, any chance if you're in Vietnam during those times, do pay Wilson a visit. Do you know what booth number you'll be in?
No idea.
Not yet, right? Okay.
I know in a few days.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, if you're around the Vietnam area, unlikely, but if you are, just pay him a visit, right? Look for Wilk Games.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for my Instagram posts as well. I will update my activities there.
Cool. All right. This has been the first of hopefully many pre-HobbyFest content that we're planning to do. So it's just to introduce you to the people that I'm collaborating with over this. Well, funny enough, the event is only over 2 days in December 2nd and 3rd at Peak Club. But basically, we're already starting planning since like the beginning of this month. So I'm just trying to introduce you to the collaborators that I'll be working with over basically October, November, and December. So you have a better idea of what they do and who they are. And more importantly, what to look forward to during the exhibition. Alright.
Nice.
I think that's it. So I'm going to stop the recording and go back to normal. Thank you so much for checking this interview out. I hope it was insightful and you had fun. And thanks so much for joining us, Wilson.
Thank you.
I'm not used to this. I don't actually know how to sign out. How would you sign out, Wilson?
We'll just say thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys next time.
Yep, there you go. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys next time. Alright, I'm going to stop the recording.